what happened to the giant Toblerone? I mean, was that like part of the rap party or?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's David Stark from Watch Your Past. Today I'm joined by Sathya Sridharan, Anastasia Olowin, Shaun Seneviratne, and Doron JéPaul Mitchell of Ben and Suzanne, a reunion in four parts, which is premiering at South by Southwest on March 11th, 2024. I'm going to talk to them right now. And while you're watching, if you can like and subscribe to this channel, that would be fantastic. I'll spend a lot. Thank you. Let me see if I can get this right on the first try. So, thanks so much for joining me. Today I've got Sathya Sridharan, Anastasia Olowin, Shaun Seneviratne, and Doron JéPaul Mitchell talking about Ben and Suzanne, a reunion in four parts, which is premiering at South by Southwest on March 11th, 2024. It is a kind of drama comedy about two people that have grown apart and try to grow back together in a new country. Do they do it? I don't know. You'll have to watch the movie to find out, but I am very excited to talk to you. So thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, stoked to talk about it. Thanks for having us.
Of course, of course. So, first question is Shaun. You wrote this. What is the inspiration for this? How bad was, your relationship experience that led to this?
It was fucking terrible. And, no,
There
yeah.
we
I
go.
mean, no, it was I was in a long distance relationship and I went to visit her in India and I'm Sri Lankan visiting India, and then you think it's gonna be like this perfect experience, this perfect romantic trip, and it was not that, and we were very much out of sync, and then becoming more and more in sync, but like that time limit, is keeps counting down, and I don't know. I think it found it all very sort of like ironic, but also like perspective shifting, and like I really learned so much, and
Mhm.
there's a lot of ideas in it that really just like sort of like kind of became like obsessed with and really interested in, and like this movie is not like meant to be a solipsistic thing of just like I'm trying to recreate this experience. It's like, no, that's merely the inspiration for the plot. But really it's about like sort of relationships, perspectives, being outsiders in the world in some kind of way, and really exploring that. So inspired by this journey, and I remember just going through it, was like, oh, this is terrible right now, but like this would be a great movie. Like it's the first thing that I thought of like wanting to make as a movie, and that's actually that experience is what began my journey as a filmmaker. The only other thing I'd made before having this idea and having that experience was that same girlfriend. Like I made a video for her birthday, and it was like this sort of ambitious video for her birthday, and that was my first like film that I'd made. So really, like my entire film career, like kind of grew in alongside and out of this particular relationship experience.
So from that pain and awkwardness grows something beautiful. Silver lining, I guess, right?
Oh, always. Yeah, I think bad things are good.
Yeah.
When bad things happen to you, it's actually like maybe good for, I mean, not in
We're
the
all just mining our
moment.
trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we go.
but can
Well,
be good
it's
for art.
I'd say it's probably cheaper than therapy, but I know how expensive indie films are to make, so maybe it wasn't, but it was a kind of therapy. Satya, how did you get involved in this? How did you get on for the role of Ben? Did you also have a bad breakup experience or relationship experience?
Yeah, I mean, don't we all? My connection to this film sort of is similar to Anastasia's in that we met Shaun around the same time back 10 years ago when Shaun was first tinkering around with the short version of which was meant to be sort of a prologue to an eventual feature, but a short about this couple. And Shaun and I met, and we just sort of hit it off immediately. Anastasia and I met in a stairwell doing a callback with Shaun, and we sort of just like jumped on board together. And the three of us have formed a sort of like artistic kinship and relationship for the past nine, however many years now. And yeah, these roles sort of started with Shaun's personal experience, but have grown over the years to include, you know, who we are as actors and people, and our experiences and our sensibilities. And as well as like, you know, Shaun is, we're all growing as people. So these characters are not the exact people that you meet in that first short that we shot however many years ago. Um, but this sort of essence is still there. So when I met Shaun, it was sort of like sort of feeling this kind of blind faith in this person whose aesthetics I really admired, who was really ambitious, but also um, saw the human quotient involved and really was excited to create meaningful art. And yeah, so it's been a long journey, and we're really proud of each other, proud of Shaun for getting here and crossing the finish line with this project.
For sure. And Anastasia, I was going to ask, like, did you have much time to prep before? Because I thought it'd be kind of interesting if you just like met cold, because that would be kind of a nice way to kind of, method act this movie. But how much time did you have to prep for your character? It sounds like you were with these characters for a very long time.
I had 10 years to prep for this character and a whole lifetime before that. Um, well, in terms of the feature version of this, Shaun and I actually went to Sri Lanka in February of last year, both for a location scout and also to film a little installment
The
of.
sacrifices you have to make for your art, just a
I know,
trip to
it's so
Sri
hard.
Lanka.
It's
Thank
so
you.
hard.
Thank you.
It's a rough life. No, when Shaun was like, I was like, we should make an installment around Suzanne. We had already made an installment around Ben's character, and Shaun was like, well, yeah, that's always been the intention. Oh, wait, actually, I'm going to Sri Lanka in February to visit my dad. Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, obviously, I want to come. The answer to that is yes.
Yes, of course.
So we shot on Super 8, being there, and like made this lovely little home video that's still in post that will come out at some point after our premiere of the feature. But we also met with some production companies down there, and then kind of got the ball rolling for the feature in the summer. But it was kind of a very unintentional method acting experience for me, because when Sathya came in the summer, when we both arrived to shoot the film, I had already been there for a couple of days, and I had already had this experience in February where I got to know the country a little bit, and I got to know Shaun's family, and I got to meet a lot of people and try the food, and had this really wonderful already kind of history with Sri Lanka for myself. It was an amazing way to see the country for the first time as well. But when Sathya arrived, I had already had that experience, and so it really did mirror this dynamic in the story itself, where Suzanne has this affinity for the culture. She knows the language a little bit. She can show Ben some things, and we kind of just naturally had that dynamic built in already from this accidental, method route that we took.
I like it. Very smart, Shaun. That was a very kind of calculated, wonderful move to get this ready.
Oh, 100% all planned exactly that way. Yeah.
Exactly. And Doron, how did you get involved in this movie? Had you worked with Shaun before, or was this just something you hopped on because it looked interesting? And you got a trip to Sri Lanka.
Well, so first I'd known Satya for years. We both had gone to the same graduate acting program, and I was at his house for a housewarming party to celebrate his Broadway debut. And my now wife had met Shaun, and came over to me and was like, "There's this incredible person I think, Doron, you should meet." Which he's always a good test of character. And so me and him started talking. We talked about French New Wave cinema and rom-coms, and I think the rest was history at that point. But didn't think much about it. And a couple of hangouts later, Shaun came to me and shared about his feature, and his ideas and dreams of making this thing. And again, for me, I'm always like, no paralysis and analysis, just do it. And so he was kind of in that place of like, I'm going to leap, and I'd like you to come on as a producer. And I said, okay. And so that was kind of what drew me to the project at large. I didn't actually go to Sri Lanka, thank God, because I was also planning my wedding at the same time, and was in the process of, I was also producing a project with Santhanaraj, another film project that I had written and produced. And so it was quite a little cluster of creative projects at the time. But it was a lot of 3 a.m. mornings, because time zone difference is educational. And so I'm glad that, as I always tell people, no one died, everyone got paid. So that means we did a good job.
That is a very good goal, and you made a good movie too. But yes, the basics were met as well. So I know we're very short on time. I just have two very quick follow-up questions. One, what happened to the giant Toblerone? I mean, was it like part of the rap party, or?
Yeah. It's so funny because like Ben's journey with that Toblerone in the movie was basically my journey with the Toblerone. Like I was the one that was like bringing it into all of my hotel rooms, and it was being like AC environments, then melt, then reform. And funnily enough, like Sathya actually couldn't eat the Toblerone because it has nuts in it, and We actually, the chef at the hotel fashioned something similar, like size and shape, to like the Toblerone piece.
The magic of
So then
movies.
the
Wow.
magic of movies, and then the Toblerone, yeah, it was at the wrap party, and at the wrap party we opened it all up, and it's definitely like a little more malformed. Did not have that like perfect geometrical Toblerone quality to it anymore. But oh yeah, no, we ate the shit out of it.
Perfect. And I love the symbolism there because it's something that Ben loved and, put a lot of hope into. And then he actually ended up being kind of toxic for him. So, hey,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
And the
Hot take.
the last question is, when was the last time you saw Starship Troopers? Anyone who wants to speak.
Fun fact. One of the people on this call has never seen Starship Troopers.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I should probably at some point watch it, but it's sort of now become like
A bit.
Yeah.
I mean, just a testament to my acting,
It could be, although, yeah, I think you should go a little more method and actually watch it. It is a good movie, although I haven't seen Titanic, so I guess maybe at this point it's like a point of pride for me. It's probably a point of pride for you.
Just among this group, it's a point of pride.
Yeah.
Well, you can check out Starship Troopers at your local video store if those exist, probably streaming somewhere, but you should probably also check out Ben and Suzanne, reunion in 4 parts. It's premiering today at South by Southwest on March 11th, 2024. It is it's a romantic drama comedy that does feel very real. It feels like it is drawn from real life experience, which it was. And I do like how it has a natural progression and an ending that I felt very real and very kind of realistic, which I did love. So definitely check it out if you can see it. If you see it South by Southwest or see it on the festival circuit, I'm sure it'll run that and then probably come to some sort of digital distribution or streaming platform later. But if you see it, check it out. This is the cast and crew from Ben and Suzanne. Thank you so much for joining me.
Awesome. Thanks so much,
Thank you,
David.
David.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. That was Sathya Sridharan, Anastasia Olowin, Shaun Seneviratne, and Doron JéPaul Mitchell talking about Ben and Suzanne reunion in 4 parts, which premieres at South by Southwest on March 11th, 2024. It is a sweet, funny, and at times painful love story, kind of, about 2 people who have grown apart and are trying to grow back together in a different country. If you like this interview, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you.